Welcome to Simple Grace Collective, the Tuesday trainings. We have these every Tuesday at 10 a.m. just diving into Get Oiling and how we are using it as brand partners and some tips and tricks to help make this process easier. We do have some easy button courses, but we always provide the free training so that if you want to take and replicate it yourself in Get Oiling, in your Get Oiling site, that you have the tips and tricks to do that. But we are talking about campaigns today. And after I ask this question, I'm going to throw it over to Sarah so she can introduce herself. But for those of you who have your face on here, there's a reason that I have your guys' faces up here if your video's on. How many of you have accidentally sent out a campaign because you didn't know where it was coming from in Get Oiling? Well, those of you who didn't raise your hand, you guys are phenomenal. Because I mean, really, like Sarah's clapping, we should give you a clap because this is something that we have, I don't want to say struggled, but we failed to understand that there were different places where campaigns were and how that can affect maybe our prospects, maybe our teams, all of that kind of stuff. So Sarah, introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Sarah Haydenfeld from Central Nebraska. Been a Young Living brand partner for about 3 years now. And Janelle and I were going to talk all about campaigns today. Like she said, they can be confusing. There's little bits of them that just some tips that we picked up that we just wanted to share with you today. So we're just going to go kind of through what a campaign is. Janelle, you want me to share my screen? I can share. Do you want me to share my screen?
Sure.
Share my screen.
As Sarah is pulling up, I see some people saying some different things. Haven't sent a campaign yet. That's okay. You're going to feel very confident after this. It's going to be short and sweet. We also want to just tell you, Sarah has us up, so I should probably quit talking. But we want to tell you next week what we are going to talk about. We are creating lists of things that you should do when you're first starting with Get Oiling, or you've started with Get Oiling and maybe your focus is on you want to create a homepage. We're going to give you a list of things that you probably want to do. And then maybe it's a member vault. You want to set up your member community, or you want to set up a prospect vault. So we're going to give you the tips and tricks for that. And I think that what's going to be great about it is going to be something for everyone. And hit you when you're in your different spots of that. But we know that that would be helpful because sometimes you're creating things and you're like, what do I do next? So,
Yep.
All right, let's talk campaigns.
So yeah, into campaigns. And like she said, we're going to keep this as short as possible so you guys can have small videos to go back to and use to digest the entire Get Oiling. So campaigns, they're just automated emails or text, and you can send to your contacts automatically to keep in touch. They can be one email or they can be several emails in a series. It doesn't, and you can decide when you want to send them, how you want to send them. So if you, to get to campaigns, you go to contacts, settings, campaigns. When I open up campaigns, these are all the campaigns that we have just built in the back of.
Don't be overwhelmed by this list.
Don't be overwhelmed. This probably is not in yours. So I'm going to go over to the second page. At the end of your campaigns, or if you don't have any, it's going to pop right up. But the pre-built campaigns will pop up for you. We would encourage you to take a look at these campaigns. There's a lot of great information pre-built into Get Oiling. The campaigns for, there's a new prospect campaign that is really well done. It is well done. It doesn't come in your voice. So would encourage you to make it your own, and we'll teach you how to do that. But go ahead and look at them. There's new prospect. There's one for USA members, for different members that you can use once to send to your new members. So let's I'm going to grab the new prospects. And if you look at it, I'm just going to open it up. This is the default from Get Oiling. It comes with your Get Oiling account. You can open it up, and these are all of the emails that are built automatically to send out on the day. So if anything is day 0, that is going to send out automatically. So when you have one and you want it to go now, always hit day 0 and that will prompt it to go. If it is day 1, it'll go tomorrow. Okay, so this has it set up for today, which is day 0, day 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Okay, when you get into this, you cannot edit them. You can get in, you can look what they have set up, how everything is set up. But to edit it, I'm going to go, you can make a copy, and that's how you can go ahead and edit it. So I'm going to go back to the campaigns, just to the list of it, because that's where my copy button is. So if you look to new prospects, there's a image here that's a double page. That is the copy. So you're going to grab that and you're going to name it whatever you want to name it. That makes sense. My team new prospects, we'll just say.
Put SGC, Simple Grace
Okay,
Collective.
thank you.
You're welcome.
We're just going to rename it so it's ours and we can make changes. All right, so that's going to save that. Now you're going to have to find it. So go find it, SCG new prospects. Now you can get into it and make all of the edits that you want to make. Okay, up here there is an edit campaign details. You can click on that. The campaign name, you can change that whatever you want to name it. And then this name to show to contact, if you click on the little information, this name to show to contact is a list when they click to manage their subscriptions. There should be a campaign name, not your name. And the reason that you need to have exactly what that campaign is in there, if they want to opt out, so let's say they want to opt out of a campaign, then they have the option to opt out to just your welcome campaign. If you put your name in there, then they don't really have they're thinking maybe they're going to opt out to you, to your emails, everything that's coming from you. So there is a list that they can pick what they want to opt out in. So just make sure that you have that name there. That's something recognizable. And then in the preferred sending medium, you can send it by email, text, and any combination that you want to send it in. We're just going to really hit on email campaigns today, but text is an option. It is an add-on if you want to add on text. And there's some different ways that the campaigns through text are charged in your account. So it's a little easier to just set an email campaign up if you're not wanting to get into all of the extras. But I mean, we know that people do love the personalization of text. A lot of people do use text, so just know that that is there. We're not really going to touch on that today. Okay, I'm going to pick email only, and that is something that you need also should be mindful of, just to go in and edit those campaign details, because you don't want to accidentally. Some campaigns are set up to go ahead and go through text and email at the same time. So just be mindful that that option is there. Pick your country, make sure the campaign is enabled. It comes enabled, and then just hit your save your changes. And I'll go in and we'll just quickly take a look at the emails inside. Okay, so on day 0, if you click on that first email, it comes up and it's already pre-populated with what is in there. You can make any changes here since you made a copy of it. Do whatever you want. You can change the day, you can get rid of them. There's an option to delete them. In here, there's also how it's sent. If it's in the default, your default settings, you have an option to set a default. You can change how you want them sent. You can change the day that it sends.
Yeah, so one thing with this, that if you are going to make a copy to be able to edit it and make it your own, highly recommend throwing a picture in there. There was actually just a training in Grow Online with GetOiling in their Facebook group, and the lady said this phrase, and I just want to read it to you because I wrote it down. I thought it was fantastic. She said that in her emails in each of her campaigns, that she has something to read, something to see, and something for free. Now, I understand that if you are sending a campaign, you don't always have to add something for free, but if you have a freebie, you could always include it at the end. Hey, I have this if you would like to grab it or click on it. But I suggest you add a picture for sure in there. But I liked those tips that she gave. I thought it was really good. Again, something to read, something to see, and something for free.
Yeah, I love those tips. And if you're talking leads, if you're talking new members, always err on the side of keeping it short and sweet, right to the point. Sometimes I know that I am at fault when it comes to just keeping it as short as humanly possible. I know, I mean, I love to word vomit. I just do. We have all these things we want to say, but if you keep it in smaller sections, and if like this is where it's split up into tiny emails over a few days, it's more likely that they're going to take the time and open up that shorter email and read it and digest that. Okay, so let's go back to, so now that you kind of know that you can make a copy of those built-in campaigns, and they are really great. The new member one is, it is great, and you can just make them your own. There are some places that these are automatically built into GetOiling to the back end of your website. So I want to walk you through just some tips that we have found, places to go to double check where campaigns are sometimes hidden. Maybe you might not think about it. Let me show you. So this campaign here, the prospect campaign, if you go to contacts, settings, and then over to general settings, that prospect campaign will be going out to everyone that leaves you, that is a contact through your website. Okay, if they fill out the contact button, then they're going to automatically get sent this. We have this changed to no campaign, but the default is to new prospects. So if you go through all of these, and if you don't want to do that quite yet, if you're not ready, then change to no campaign for any new prospect, and then those emails won't automatically be sent out. I know that caught both Janelle and I in the beginning. We couldn't quite figure out where they were coming from, and it was only happening sporadically. So that was a really big one. Another thing is on landing pages. Just be mindful on landing pages. Let's grab one that has an email. Do we have an email? I think we do.
The brand partner freebies might.
Yeah. Okay. So on any of your landing pages, go to settings, page settings, and then the campaign to use. If you do not want them having an email after it, just hit no campaign. It's clear now. It's always at the bottom. Select no campaign. It is very, very, very smart to add campaigns to your landing pages. If that's just one email, if it's a series of emails, just to get into their inbox and get the information to their inbox is very helpful. It's helpful for them too. If they're wanting to go back to the information, let's say you gave a download right away, then you can also give that download in their email. So you create that connection through email. Okay.
Just like Sarah said, especially on landing pages, and it doesn't actually, everywhere that you are able to add a campaign, maybe not right away if you're not set up and you're not ready to go, you want to make sure that you're hitting no campaign in those places. But the name of the game is connection in this. And so we highly recommend that you do take some time to make sure that you have campaigns set up and ready to go, even if it is only one. And you can come back and add to it. Like, don't be overwhelmed with it. At least have one that will instantly go out, and then you can add to it in a few days and say, okay, I'm going to add this second. I'm ready to do this one to this campaign. Don't be overwhelmed by it, but connection is important. So you want to make sure that you are doing that.
Right. And then one other place that just so you know where possibly a campaign is coming from, in any vault, there is an option. There's a default for anybody to be let into your vault. And that default message just says, hey, use this, welcome to our vault. You now have access to our vault. Use this email address if you were asked to, and go ahead and create your account. That's what the system welcome to vault message is. And it also will have a pre-entry vault campaign. So if you don't want that in there, which most times we have that set to no campaign. Just set it to no campaign, and then they're not getting that. It doesn't hurt. It does not hurt anything to have that pre-vault or the pre-entry campaign on there, but it is a place where there is another campaign. Okay.
Before we go on to the next thing, someone said, can you clarify the difference between a campaign and a landing page? So a campaign is just like someone had said, use the language, it's a drip email system. So that's basically what it is. When they register on your website, whether it is through like a pop-up that you have set up, or a landing page. So a landing page, Sarah, would you want to just jump back in to show them?
Sorry.
Yeah. And it's okay that it's great that you're asking this question. So a landing page is something that you have that you can offer to someone. You have something you want them, that you are giving them in exchange for their information. So this one is when we were on the Pro session with GetOiling, we had a bunch of freebies for brand partners, and this is what we used for it. So this, if you hit view, it will pop up a URL, and we can take that URL and share it anywhere we want, and then people can come and sign up for it. But in this landing page, there is a setting where we can have an email that will automatically be sent to everybody who signs up. For this one in particular, we not only had thank you for registering and it popped up, but we also sent them an email with the information. So we were catching in both ways. Some people will sign up and accidentally click out, and then they wouldn't be able to have their information. So we love to have a second place for them to get it in their inbox, if that makes sense. So a campaign is a way that you can connect. It's a drip email and stuff like that. So very important to be using campaigns, but you can use them in your landing pages. You can use them in pop-ups and all that kind of stuff. So now Sarah is going to show you how to add a campaign to someone. I'm assuming that's what she's doing.
Yep, I didn't mean to, honestly. I was going to click here and click on Janelle. You can, let me see.
Do you want to go back and start from the beginning though, and show them how to get to where you're at?
Well, and that wasn't even where I needed to be. Okay, so if you go to your dashboard, pick manage your contacts, and you can filter who you want to send a campaign to. You can send it to everybody. You can send it to a specific number of people. And that's where tags are so important in GetOiling. If you remember anything, tag your people, tag anything, any sort of category that you want. New members, personally enrolled, leads. There's all kinds of tags, and you can just create them. You can get rid of them if you end up not using them anymore. So it's not a concrete, I have this set. I mean, it's just a list, and it's a personal list to you that allows you to choose who you want to send campaigns to, who you want to send emails to, and you can filter people really very easily just with tags.
For
so
case
let's.
I can just say, right before that we jumped onto this Zoom, I used tags to send out to everyone who had purchased one of our courses that we were going to jump on a Zoom immediately after this one to help anybody go through any questions that they have, stuff like that, go through their website, whatever it is. And so I was able to use tags and send them. I don't want to get too, but send a saved reply that we have with our Zoom thing, just to those certain people that we wanted to. So think of it in that way. If you want to just send it to your team, you can have a tag just for that. If you have some prospects that you want to, maybe you've used our candle freebie that we have, you can have a candle freebie prospects. You can send them all a follow-up email. Hey, just wanted to check up with you, follow up. How did you like the information? Do you have any questions? Blah, blah, blah. So there we go. Tags are going to make your business so much smoother. Use them from the beginning.
Right. All right. Okay, so once you have filtered who you want to send your email to, your campaign to, you're going to go to actions. And then right here it says add campaign, follow-up plan, vault, or tags. So you can grab that, and it's an easy button. So that filtered down everybody that you wanted to send it to. Hit add campaign, and all of your campaigns will pop up. Super easy. You can add. Well, there's all, I mean, the organization in GetOiling is amazing. If you just have to kind of wrap your mind around using it and get used to using it. But then once you catch on to that tag, it really makes it so easy. So you would just hit apply, and then that would add that campaign to everybody that you had selected all in one. You can also find one person.
That's not how you spell my name.
Let's go find Janelle. And when you click on whoever it is that you're looking for, if you scroll clear down, there's a spot that says campaigns, and it'll tell you what campaigns they are in, what day they're currently in. You can add campaigns specifically for Janelle right in there. It makes it really, really easy to do that if you need to do something one by one. And I think as far as campaigns go, do we have any questions? Any more questions with that?
Oh,
I do have some questions on campaigns. I actually have several. Hopefully that's okay. And I'm like a newbie just because I live overseas, and since GetOiling now has the overseas feature, that's why I dove into this, because a project broadcast doesn't work for me over here. So I have a question. Can you organize campaigns like I don't know, like Folgers or something, you know, where you like, I see like there's just a big list. Can you?
Yeah.
so
far right now, and I think we should all write into Greg and say, hey, Greg, is there any way we can get folders? So right now, just if you would name them and be just careful with naming. That's my only tip for that. I mean,
Okay.
yeah,
right now, there's no way.
We actually, so funny you said that, because Sarah, as we were preparing for this, we talked about how folders would be super helpful for organization. So again, we're going to encourage all of you, support at getoiling.com to give them your suggestion for that. It will be very helpful to them.
Yeah,
It would be helpful.
sorry. It's just the green in me is just like, oh, Folgers would be helpful.
Yep.
I'm not even a green, and I think folders would be helpful.
And also on that, if you want to delete a campaign, open up the campaign. And then you have to edit campaign details. And then there's the delete button. Okay, so it takes a little bit to delete. So.
And to duplicate a campaign.
Yep. Right. Do you see the double paper with it? So you just grab, so the Get to Know Me campaign, I want to duplicate that exactly, grab it, rename it, and then it just automatically duplicates it and it puts it alphabetically into your list.
And then you just have to find it and click on it to edit it.
Yep.
Oh, okay, right. And then I have a question. How do we add video to a campaign? Maybe this is a little bit too technical, but you were talking about read, see, and feel. And I'm like, oh, I would like to add like a video or something, you know? I don't know if that's possible.
Let me grab.
Do you have campaigns with video?
You can embed a video. Is that what you're?
Yeah.
So let's make sure that you can. Actually, I can't remember. So did you guys know that Zoom has this awesome little feature where you can request remote access? So now I'm actually on Sarah's computer, maybe.
My preferences. Well, it won't. I'm gonna have to open my preferences.
Okay.
You want to just share?
Oh, forget it. Just click on our options of embedding something. Click that one. I don't think
No, yeah.
that you can embed in video, but what you can do to kind of get around that is put a button in there and save your video that you want to send to them in YouTube or Vimeo. Grab that link and put it in that button. Right now, you can't. I didn't think so. I had to wrap my mind around it because I've tried before. But that would be an easy workaround way. But if you are putting a picture, at least you have the picture, right?
Mhm.
And at least they can see something. But that is a great question. That is another thing that you could email support@getoiling.com. I'm gonna be like, what happened?
Yeah.
Don't invite Nancy to Zoom calls anymore. And I have another question. I saw the signature there. How do you add signature in your campaigns? 'Cause I feel like that's very, I don't know, it adds a different touch.
Yeah. Just for all to keep your same signature.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so go to contacts and settings, and then general settings, and email signature pops up. It's the first thing that pops up. So you can put anything in there you want, and then every email will be, that's your
So would
contact
you
settings.
create it out of from somewhere else and then like paste it on there?
Yeah, if
Yep.
you want your actual signature, there's ways to do that. I highly recommend use Canva. If you want your actual signature, go on a solid piece of white paper, sign it, take a picture, upload it to Canva, remove the background, and then you can upload that into there. I would upload it transparent, just as a tip, into GetOiling, but it's very easy. I will tell you guys. I'm just going to give you all my thing. I don't know where it went, but I have a card that I sent out to some of my inactives, and I just hand wrote a note and used Canva, and it's, oh, Sarah has some too, but it's just, it makes it a lot easier. So look at that, handwritten, got on a card, and it just added another touch.
Wait, how did you do that?
Oh,
Like,
Isn't that so cool?
maybe one training we should do should be on Canva.
Hey,
so
if you want to
write it all and then take a picture?
Yep, and then upload it to Canva, remove the background. Canva
That's so
is
brilliant. Oh, that's so awesome. Love it. All my other questions, sorry for like hijacking the training.
No, these
What
are
is
great questions.
taggable?
What
What
is
is
what?
taggable? Like you were saying it's good to tag things. So like
Sure.
what is taggable? Like is it
Yep.
just contacts are taggable or like
Yep,
'cause
all
if
your
you-
contacts. If
okay.
you go into filter and tags, or if you go into a specific person, you can add let's go in and do that here.
You should also show her from a landing page, that section that you can
Oh,
add
sure.
into.
Sure. So in Janelle's, oh, let me go back. If you hit edit contact, there's a spot for tags.
Mhm.
So she already has the cool tag of awesome sauce members.
That's a
That's
cool
Janelle. You can, all you have to do is type something else in there and hit enter, and that tag is automatically saved in your system,
Mhm.
in the back end. So you can, so then when you go into all of your contacts, if you're looking for someone, someone specific, you'd grab that filter, and then you could, be able to use the tags for that. You can exclude tags. It is, once you start using tags, it is wonderful just for organizing.
And that's the field where you put the tags into, right? That field.
Right here. Yep.
Oh, okay, the tag field.
Mhm.
And so then would you tag campaigns too? Is that how
Oh,
you?
sure.
Oh,
You can't tag campaigns, but landing pages, you can tag a landing page. So if you go to the settings of a landing page, that way, like, so this was, some freebies that we sent out to for some brand partner freebies. So we needed to know how these people are getting into our, how they're getting into our system. So the people that signed up for these freebies, they got the tag brand partner prospects, just and that's something that it's a tagging system that we have on our back end. So if you sit down and think, you know, all of the different ways that you're going to categorize everybody that's in your contacts, then
Mhm.
that's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's with the tag. Yep.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Mhm.
Someone asked, can you show us how to add a photo and a button to an email? I'm sorry, Nancy, did you have any more questions? I apologize.
No, you're fine. That's it for now.
Okay. I like that you said for now. We love questions because questions, we always say, and I mean, this is not, we didn't make this up, but if you have a question, that means someone else probably does about that as well. And so that's why we always recommend.
Oh, no, this.
There's probably like, why are you laughing at me? Stop.
So I just created a new campaign, and you just have to name it and then hit save, and then you can go ahead and write a new message. So to put a button, can you say that again? A button and a picture?
Yes.
Okay. To add a button, if you go to the plus and the 3 little dots, this is the insert button feature. Pick whichever button you want. And then with that button, if you click on the little pencil, the URL is where you want to send them to. So it can be somewhere in your website. You can use this drop down right here to send them anywhere inside of your website. You can use hashtag contact, hashtag lead, and then you can change the text to say whatever you want it to say. Decide whether you want it, you most likely will want it to open up in a new tab to keep everything intact. And that's how you do a button. Okay, so let's say you wanted to do an image. You can either upload the image right here. This little picture right here is an image. You can grab that. You can drop an image in from your website, or you can pick any of the images and you can just drop that right there. Or you can pick any of the images that you already have uploaded to the back end of your website. So I'm going to just pick one of those since it'll save us a little bit of time with uploading. And that puts it in there. You can change how big or small you want it. And then it's the same thing. If you click on that image, it'll bring up this insert link, this is where you would do the video or anywhere you want to send them. I mean, absolutely anywhere. Stick that URL in that link, hit update, and then when they click on that picture, it sends them where they need to go.
So Terry asked what happens to hashtag contact or hashtag lead when you do it. Now from this button, if you do hashtag lead, I don't think it's going to take you anywhere because that is if you are on a page, and we can teach on that where that actually goes because it's pretty clever and it's really nice to use. I don't know, even in an email, if you do hashtag contact, I don't think it will do anything.
It won't. I don't think.
That's definitely a different setting that you would use those type of things. You would just want to put like a URL or wherever you're trying to get them to go to. So specifically, if we had a video that we wanted to share with everybody, we would put that URL in that spot.
Yeah. I shouldn't have said hashtag lead and contact.
It's okay. But just know that they're available, and that's something we can touch on in a different place of how you would use them. So someone said, actually, someone did ask if we could show adding a brand new tag, which we could. Did you do that, Sarah, already? Here's the next question. When you make a campaign, do you add the text opt-out keyword? I have been adding stop to all of mine because they don't have that preloaded with Go like PV does, at least I have noticed. I am not positive. I'm going to assume that because of the way that it all works with texting services, that even though, and I could be wrong, and this is something we need to clarify with Greg because I don't know positively, but I feel like stop on the back end of it is there. We just don't see it. I would assume so because of rules, but I don't know for sure. That is a great question. I don't know
for sure either, but I've had people opt out. So, I mean, there has to be some way that they're opting out.
I have a GetOiling email right now that I just received from somebody, and then on the bottom, her GetOiling, It says click here to manage subscriptions or opt out. And I click on that thing. And then it gives me an option of like no campaign, built-in welcome to Vault, welcome general email list, and unsubscribe and cancel.
Yeah.
So it's just a link for those options. So I don't know
Yeah,
if
and so with text, it's definitely different. They don't have that in a text. But Laura said that yes, stop works regardless if you add that in there or not. I thought so because I've personally experienced the stop, and I will tell you, don't take it personally. Like, don't
Yep.
take it personally. Laura, go ahead.
So I don't put it in my emails because it says when the email goes out, if you look at the bottom, it says you can manage your subscriptions. And then whenever I add someone to the text campaign in my welcome text, I will say, hey, you can opt out anytime by saying stop, but I hope you don't, because this stuff is awesome, whatever. And then I don't say it anymore after that. That's pretty standard that people know that they can do that, but I go ahead and say it in my welcome text, and then I don't restate it anymore after that.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Good.
Those are good. Amanda?
Okay, thanks. I wasn't sure if it was just like built in or you had to put it in the, like, there's like a opt out keyword box on the
Yeah.
website, because I've been using Project Broadcast and I know that they had created it specifically to have that already built in, but I didn't know if it was in here, and I know there are like laws and stuff around that, so I didn't want to, and I had just like inserted a whole bunch of grow classes and none of them have it in there, so I was like going through and adding them, but I didn't know if that was necessary, if I'm just wasting my time.
I think it's confusing because it is in there, like you said, that you can add it in and it talks about it. I would err on the side of that you don't need to, because I am assuming on the back end of GetOiling, since they're the ones hosting it, that they have to have that in there because of, like you said, the laws and the regulations with it. So I think you're probably good, but I do like Laura's suggestions of making sure that the first one is, the first one shows that they can stop. Most people nowadays know that that's in there, because I don't know about you, but I get some spam ones once in a while.
Yeah.
I know here in Europe, per the GDPR, we're supposed to have that. It's supposed
In
to be
every
in
single one.
communications, yeah, per the GDPR over here. Mhm.
It's a great thing to understand your local regulations, because they could be different all over the place. So absolutely. Can the opt-out verbiage be added to the comments? Oh, what Laura wrote. Yeah, Laura, if you are able to, Myrna is asking if you could add what you put into your text, because she loved it. So I'm going to stop recording. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We hope that this helps you understand campaigns a little bit further, and that if you have any questions, make sure that you do that. You can always find us at simplegracecollective.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Simple Grace Collective. We have a ton of free trainings in there, as well as freebies all over the place that you can use. So make sure that you find us there. We'll see you next week, every Tuesday at 10 a.m.